All right, are we working? Is this working now? Let's find out. There we go. I think we got this. All right, guys, let's get started. Thanks for watching. Here we go. All right, guys. So it's been a really interesting time. We are back to pumping again. Current price is 44,126, up from a bit of a low. For some reason, this keeps resetting to a much lower price than it is. There we go, 44,122.17. Ethereum's back up over 3,000. Binance almost up to 300. Cardano back to $1.23. XRP rising again as well. Sheeb making a run for it as well. A lot of interesting things happening. And so, just wanted to take a look at a couple things here. So essentially, I put some moving averages here, and I put some lines just for you to take notice. A lot of people seem to lose faith relatively quickly, and I hear that. Like, it can be scary when the price goes down. But frankly, like, there's really nothing to worry about, and I'll explain a couple reasons. Now, it's not 100%. Nothing's like this absolute that it'll never happen. Nothing's like 100% for sure, right? But you know, the problem with that logic is nothing at all, not just Bitcoin or crypto, but nothing is for sure. You walk outside, you might be, a meteor might land on you today. So here's what I wanted to take a look at. My TA is not the best, but I just wanted to take a look at some basic patterns here. So essentially we have a couple lines that I want to look at, and this is not 100%, but if you look at analysts who are way better than me, it generally follows this sentiment. There's the smart money and the people who've been in for a while. So I've been in Bitcoin as an investor for at least 5 years. I've been in Bitcoin for about 5 years, and so a lot of the people, as you start approaching 10 to 20K, have been in Bitcoin at least that long, whether it be a person on the street or large companies. And we have all been shown the power of Bitcoin and what it can do and how resilient it is. It does not have to be proven to us what we are holding. The people who have to be proven what Bitcoin are the new people, the new companies, and the newer, factions that are entering. So if you noticed, whenever the Bitcoin price goes down, we hit a lower line. In fact, let me see if there's an SMA that goes close to that line. Not there. But essentially, what I want you to look at is this. And I drew two lines. Again, the lines don't mean anything. They're just there to highlight what we're seeing, right? So at the bottom of this run, right around here, we're at about this is 12 to 1500. This area is where this line starts. And if we go from bottom to bottom, right? So this is about 28 was that bottom. That was back in July of 21, and this was the current bottom in late January, right? Which is around 33-ish. Remember, this is give or take depending on which exchange you look at. So just using the very, very basics of technical analysis, we are seeing higher lows on a medium time frame that is over, let's see, that is December of 20. Yeah, it's about a year and a half long. So that's about medium term, right? It's not long term. It's not 5 to 10 years. But if you look at that, we're looking at, again, higher lows. And the interesting thing here is that each part of the run has seen kind of like a slow in, and then not a parabolic, but a steeper run. And that's happening. So I'm wondering what this will turn into. People who believe in, I believe, the extended cycles, it may be coming true right now, which is kind of interesting. It's been a long time, and we haven't had a blow off top. By this point in the previous run, we probably would have been over, probably would have already been heading down. But the thing is that let me see if I can find it. Right now, the supply shock hasn't leveled off. Inflation is now lower than the dollar, um, and so right now, I believe only 6.3 of the total Bitcoin supply, or 1.3 million Bitcoin, are held on cryptocurrency exchanges. Um, and what that means is that every little amount of Bitcoin that is sucked up right now is just applying pressure for that price to go up. And there's no sign of it slowing because, again, the amount of inflation halved 2 years ago, or just a little under 2 years ago. In fact, we're almost halfway through this halving cycle, which is insane. In fact, let me see when the next halving is. I should have pulled this up earlier. It's my fault. Bitcoin halving. Next Bitcoin halving. Google search. Yeah, 2024, early. So it could be March, April, something like that. So essentially, if 2 more years, and it's going to get even harder for people who think that Bitcoin's not going to succeed to succeed. And that's going to be interesting. And it makes a lot of people who use a lot of ego and hubris humble, right? Which is kind of interesting. And it makes people who should be paying more attention to the little guy a little more aware, which I think is great. As far as some issues that have come up over the winter, I personally believe that Bitcoin is good for the environment and good for all the people around us. And the value that it produces as a currency outweighs most of its negative properties. I mean, look at El Salvador. They're mining it with their volcano, so it's not harming the environment, or geothermal energy is a better way to say it. And they're going to use it to fund their schools. That's insane. And they aren't prone to the inflation of the dollar anymore just by holding it. That's intense. And just to look real quick, it's really interesting. When the price goes down, a lot of people are betting. I don't condone super risky investing. I mean, some people would say just holding Bitcoin is super risky, but I would argue against that. But then again, I got it at the right time each time. So the thing is that there are a lot of people who are going to exchanges abroad, and they are doing calls and puts for various types of, not futures, but yeah, they're just longs and shorts essentially. And so what happens is they're saying that the Bitcoin price, I think it's going to go long, and unfortunately they all get wrecked. And this one's like, for example, 45 million. The largest one over here is, that is 239 million. The largest one was way back in December of 2021 for almost 500 million. That's insane. And then when the price shoots up like it did through the various safe areas, that's 60 million and 53 million. And I was talking with a few people about why the shorts don't get liquidated as much. And the truth is that there's so much faith in Bitcoin that when the shorts get liquidated, even if it's a large position, it's not that many people betting against it. So that was just one theory. It may not be true. If someone else knows, please put it in the comments if you are just happen to come across this video. Let's see. Look at the top 10. Everything's up. Boats rise and fall with Bitcoin. The USD coin is down, but that's because it's a stable coin. Top 10, looking pretty good. Everything's up. Everything's looking really good. We went up, over 10% the past few days. It's been really nice. Just looking. Yeah, everything's basically up except for, again, stable coins. So we don't have to look too much at that right now. We already looked at the circulating supply. I still use free Bitcoin every day. Love them as a saving regimen for a small amount of my Bitcoin. It does compound daily if you save some of your Bitcoin with them. But if you don't have any Bitcoin at all, you can once an hour click on them to get small amounts for free. It is a free site that you can get Bitcoin. Once you get over, I believe, 30,000 Satoshi, which is not that much, you can make over 4% a year by just holding it with them, which is pretty cool. And again, it compounds daily. They also have a new premium program, which I am involved in, which can give you various perks, more interest. They do have little other free spins that are also part of their faucet. And if you do other things, it will benefit you as well. What I kind of wanted to get at today was I'm trying to encourage people to just buy small amounts of Bitcoin. It's not investment advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And the reason I'm doing it is because every little amount of Bitcoin we suck up now means that other people can't get it. And it also means that if people are in fact trying to manipulate the market, they lose the ability to over time. So I implore anybody who happens to come across this video, whether you're a small-time person or a huge YouTuber, or you have a couple Satoshis, or you have like 50 Bitcoin, 1,000 Bitcoin, I implore you to keep buying it, because you can buy as little as $1 or $5 or $10 of a Bitcoin if you want, off of like a Coinbase or something like that. The supply shock is coming, and if we help it along, it's actually better for us, the lower echelon of people, to buy Bitcoin. That's what I believe. And if you'd like to join my Discord, I actually have a channel called the Dollar Cost Averaging Army. I've pledged to just continue trying to hodl and buy Bitcoin on a weekly basis. If you'd like to talk Bitcoin in a serious fashion, you're welcome to join the Discord. It should be in the description. If not, I will change that at some point. But if not, again, I implore you to do that over and over. Bitcoin's, it's an exciting time right now. I haven't been more excited about this in forever. And every time we have a higher low like that, it just shows how resilient the entire space is becoming. As far as NFTs go, my personal deal with NFTs are, unless the party that makes them is known, is one of the first that ever made them, or has some value to provide that isn't just, oh, I made NFTs, I think it's not the best idea just to go out and buy everything you can buy. Right now we're heading into mania when it comes to NFTs, so it's easy to just buy a digital paperweight that probably won't do anything. But if you happen to get, I don't know, I think it's called Lazy Gorilla or something like that, Lazy Ape or whatever it is, and a few other projects that the crypto punks and things like that, you're lucky. I think if you happen to get something made by Universal or Nike or something like that, you're doing all right. If you just get a random project that just happens to have the word NFT behind it, I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do. But that's my personal opinion on that. The blue chips, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think are still the way to go. And yeah, again, the magic number of Ethereum is 32, because if you have 32, you can stake them with Ethereum 2.0 when it comes out, which is one reason I didn't like Ethereum for a while. They were very slow on their projects. And I don't know why it keeps going back. I don't know why it's like months and months behind. Like, that is not the price right now. It's probably my browser having an issue. But anyway, there's not too much to report. This is the same stuff. HODL on, DCA. Don't believe any of the articles. Yahoo's full of FUD. Yahoo has so many articles that literally just lie to people. There's so many lies going around. They have people that probably should have been on the Bitcoin bandwagon fighting for other issues that really makes no sense. It's kind of terrible. Again, it's just my opinion. But I hope you're all safe. Hope you're all well. It's a crazy time right now. Hopefully we'll exit out of this time pretty soon, and people will be healthy, and we can do whatever we want to do. Party in the streets, do whatever you feel is fine. If you noticed, I moved. Again, that's thanks to Bitcoin being part of my budget and all that kind of stuff. Very exciting, very happy to be more independent. Yeah, and to have Bitcoin as part of my asset class, it's good. There's just so much going on, and again, I hope you guys are doing well, and tune into your favorite streamers, and if you think that my journal helps you gain perspective in any way or form, keep watching. Like, subscribe,